Welcome to Let's Talk. I'm your host, Cass McGowan. We're here at Villanova High School to talk about a topic that for years was unspeakable, really. It was kind of a stigma, that of mental health.
Which was an eating disorder. So I wanted to bring this up today because what I remember most from that point in my life, other than being tired and hungry and weak, was feeling alone. And what I needed to hear back then, and what I'd like everyone listening to hear now, is that I wasn't alone, nor should I have been, and no one is. No matter what issue you have, mental or physical, no matter what the severity of it is, there are resources in the community and online amongst your family and your friends. There are people who can help you, but you have to want to help yourself.
Insight, honesty, courage are necessary for each of us to take some ownership of our own state of functioning and to recognize when we may be dealing with things that are overwhelming our capabilities. So Sylvia, good for you for sharing your experience, but also taking ownership of where you're at and recognizing the need to go beyond what you were capable of handling on your own. There are lots of excellent resources available, and people really do need to avail themselves of them as much as possible. Just to speak very tangentially to part of what you said, stress, for a lot of people, managing stress is a challenging thing. In fact, arguably, this is probably the most pervasive mental health problem going, is simply managing the stress of day-to-day life. For many people, it's a skills deficit. So finding the way to learn those skills, either through a knowledgeable friend, family member, teacher, or professional, take your time to do it. It will make a huge difference in your life. Specific to the mention of perfectionism, there's a saying, the perfect is the enemy of the good. And sometimes our expectations set us up for failure. And we don't realize that by trying to attain this ideal, that we're setting ourselves up for greater stress when we really should be calibrating our expectations to allow us to be successful. Sometimes a good job is sufficient to meet the needs of a given situation.
It is an important topic because it affects everyone. And self-understanding is a huge part of mental health because it's all about how you view yourself and what you think about yourself. So being a teenager and during this time, there are a lot of different changes going on which make self-understanding really difficult, like changes in how you look, what you spend your time doing, what your interests are, and who your friends are. And so these changes can really make it difficult to believe in yourself because you struggle to find someone to believe in because you don't understand who you are.
Our phones are used as masks to basically hide what we feel, and to look at social media and to see perfection, that shapes us as people. So when we see celebrities, like when they're at events and they look beautiful and they never show that one side of them that isn't so beautiful, the one side that is hurting, we never see that. So how are we supposed to know how to feel when we feel like that? How are we supposed to know who to go to, who to talk to? Because that experience shapes us as people, because we're always seeing on social media what other people are doing, and we think to ourselves, is that what we're supposed to look like? Is that what we're supposed to do? Is that how we're supposed to feel? So I feel like that's a really big impact on us as a society of teenagers, seeing all this perfection being projected onto us, and we don't know how to deal with it. We stress about the tiniest little things because we don't see other people do that. But I feel like now it's becoming better because we're talking about it more and we're releasing the stigma and it's getting better, but we still have a long way to go.